Hello guys, we're back and we have another Pauper deck that we're going to discuss for today's video. We call this one as the Walls combo, which I got this list from the Pauper War, one of the recently submitted tournament events for the MTG Top 8 website, and got my curiosity again, as the name implies. So how do the deck goes with comboing with walls? That's a quite interesting list in comparison to the recent archetypes I've explored in the Pauper format, that is the Legacy Pauper. So we're going to check on the cards. We have 37 creatures, only one enchantment, basically maybe the combo piece, one instant, 13 lands basically, and 8 sorceries along with 15 sideboard. So what do we go with having these walls? So walls was probably, in your basic definition in the old ways of Magic, this kind of creatures could not attack, and basically they have defender, and what they does they just block all the way until a bigger creature comes along and goes beyond their defense or their toughness. So how do this deck goes with just winning the game? So we're going to explore the creature choices. First up are the 1-drops. We have 4 copies of Despera Sentinel. It can also get you to ramp by tapping an untap creature you control to add 1 mana of any color. 2 copies of Orchid Leaf Color from Kamigawa. This is just a 1/1 that can also adding for 1 mana to produce mana of any color. So that's sort of a mana filter creature. We have 4 copies of Quirion Ranger. So this card would also have you to return forest you control to its owner's hand, untap target creature, and only activated once. So with this card, I think they have a card here that basically the target of this creature. So we have a lot of mana producers in the deck, and also I think with the part of the combo piece creature, I think. So this creature again added for the 1-drop is 4 copies of Saruli Caretaker. So this is a 0/3 defender that goes with tapping an untapped creature you control to add 1 mana of any color. So now with it, we have also a copy of a wall. That is the defender of the blue. 1 copy. This is a 1/1 for 0/4. You can pay 5 to venture into a dungeon, and also only activated as a sorcery. And then we also are having a 1 copy of this one, Discussion Drawbridge. This is 2 colorless or any color 0/4 defender. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn by tapping it. And then we have 4 copies of Overgrown Battlement. This goes to getting you to ramp a lot of mana, or basically adding green mana for each creature you control with defender. So basically this is one of the core creatures of this deck that goes with letting you have mana of any the green mana to go to a huge ramp, and basically at the same time gets you to cast your other walls or any of the sorceries that would needed to search for the, let's say, the combo piece of this one. And then we also added here 2 copies of Wall of Roots. This is just an old school version by adding mana to put a 0/1 counter or -0/-1 counter on Wall of Roots. And then we have 4 copies of Axebane Guardian. So this goes with also a defender that can add X mana of any combination to colors you mana pool where X the number of creatures with defender you control. So this is somewhat a similarity of that of Overgrown Battlement, except that you can add X mana combination colors. And then we have this 1 creature, the Bloodright Invoker. So basically this is the more of the game-winning card of this deck. You can just pay 8 to have target players who's 3 life, you get 3 life. Now with your infinite mana assembled, you can just basically win from there by paying 8 infinite number of times to get you to reach your opponent's life total, for example, and also gaining life for each of those activations. So that goes with this important combination here. And then we're also having different Phantasm. So this is not only a wall, but at the same time you can transmute this one for 3, which means that you can transmute for a combo piece, that is the Bloodlight Invoker, from your library and put it into your hand. Now we also added 1 copy of Galvanic Alchemist. This is just 1 for Soulbound creature. This is from Abastin Restored. As long as Galvanic Alchemist is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has this ability to pay 3 and tap this creature. So at any mana combination that you can reach up to more than 3 mana, you can have this one to pay 3 to untap this creature that can produce those the same mana, and then basically going infinite for that kind of setup. So with that card, we also have here that you can have also to pay 3. This means it's another source for you to have your creatures haste. So this is just more of a combo piece support wall that is added in the deck. And also this one would also let you to search for a library for a creature card with defender and put it into your hand. So there are also other options here, basically having on depending on the situation wherein you would search for a specific defender creature to add to paste it into your hand and then set up the combo afterwards. Now what are the support cards that can go with this deck? So we have 4 copies of Winding Way. This can also sort of lead to the Stampede effect, because you can choose creature or land by revealing the top 4 cards of the ability, then putting all of your cards of the chosen type into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. So that's 4 copies. And then we also have Lead the Stampede, that is also looking at the top 5 library and then revealing any number of creature cards and then placing them up to your hand and then the rest to the bottom in any order. So that way it can basically replenish your hand, at the same time having also getting most of your components, or maybe the combo components, to your hand and then setting it then up for an infinite loop. So those cards that basically have this setup is freed from the real. This can also be transmuted for this mana cost by the Drift of the Phantasm. This is a 3-to-cast enchantment that can pay blue to tap enchanted creature or pay blue to untap it. So with the infinite mana cost combo that's added to your deck, you can basically have this combo piece run through and do the infinite loop for that setup. And last but not the least is a copy of your Reaping the Graves. This is also to get your target creature card from the graveyard with a storm copy, depending on any situation that you would need to have those cards or your combo piece be brought back to your hand if those cards are early on been killed or been spot removal by your opponent. And last is your lands, that's 13 basically, but you can still have a lot of mana producers here to make sure that you will not really miss out your mana curve and do the combo piece after that. Now checking on the sideboard, we're just basically using those cards that are specific for the strategy while also maintaining the main setup of this deck. So we have 3 copies of Healer of the Glade. So this is basically just a 1-drop that can gain you 3 life and basically prolong your life total as you set up your combo against fast aggro decks, especially those with burn spells. We have 2 copies of Scattershot Archer that can also deal 1 damage to each creature with flying. So those token spirit strategies can also be dealt with by this creature. We have 4 copies of Tamiya's Safekeeping. So this basically goes with control and mid-range matchup that packs a lot of spot removals, wherein you can just basically protect your best creature or your best defender creature that is part of your infinite mana combo. And then we have a specific for black, Obsidian Acolyte, that's 2 copies. You can also make your other creature gain protection from black until end of turn. We have 2 copies of Standard Bearer, that's also sort of null rod to lightning rod to protect your combo piece, as if any casting of a spell ability that could target a flag bearer in play, you can choose, the opponent should choose at least 1 flag bearer as a target. And then we have a lone copy of Pulse of Marasa. This is also returning a combo piece from your graveyard or a land card and then gain 6 life, and a copy of Repository Ska-Up. So what this does is that when it exploits a creature, you turn target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. So any recursion effects is also needed by this card. So more of this support card for this kind of deck. Now last but not the least are your mana curve. Average mana value is 2.19. As you can notice here, we have a lot of 1-drops and 2-drops, but with only 13 lands, you can still have this one as your extension of your lands to get you to ramp up to your bigger defender creatures, at the same time set up your combo. And your color distribution is mostly green. That's not a surprise because of the only color here that is the forest, with a lot of slight adjustments to other colors, so at the same time still having the green producers as the main mana source to set up the deck. And then your extras are only here. We have what are these? The dungeons. We have Dungeon of Mad Mage. We have Lost Mind of Fan Delver and Tomb of Annihilation. So that's pretty much it for this deck was combo from the Pauper Wars posted at MTG Top 8. If you have seen this kind of build or are you trying this kind of build, let me know in the comments below, so we can have a good discussion of how this deck implies and other ways that we can let's say, set up the combo with the other common card components that is available in the format. So that's pretty much it for this deck tech. Thank you for checking this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys on the next one.